It's playtime with the Sleepy Boys.
I had a thought, but I forgot what it was.
You know what? Wait. I got a question. Does Chris Pine blow up again?
No.
No. The way that he dies, or quote unquote dies, is just like, okay, I'm not gonna say it.
Well, fuck. Key, do you care?
Well, I don't care. I mean, honestly.
Okay, go,
Okay,
fucking
the
go
hundreds
for
of
it.
people listening to this might care.
Hundreds?
Or, I don't know. I don't know.
The tens of people that listen to
This podcast
We're
could
working
get
on it.
like Joe Rogan big, and then like people just watch all the old episodes.
That's fucking belief, and I love it.
That is
I love
awesome.
it,
I love
too.
that.
As soon
Thank
as
you.
that happens, I'm gonna do exactly what Joe Rogan does, except instead of going the fitness route, I'm just gonna encourage people to get fat and eat whatever the fuck they want.
But you gotta have a glass
Really
of
certain I'm already
whiskey
going that
in
route.
your hand while you say it, Brandon.
Say what, Jeff?
Fairly certain I'm already going that route.
Yeah, I know. We look.
fuck.
We're not
All right.
gonna have like
Hey.
massive turnarounds when we're like super fit and like
Guys.
epitomes of like pinnacles of health. We need to lean into who we are, and that's what's.
So,
Lose about 87 more pounds.
Jet, why don't you go ahead and tell him how Steve dies?
Okay, so when the world is going crazy, when Maxwell is given like all the wishes, and like it's just all complete chaos, Diana and Steve are just talking, and they realize that like Diana needs to like throw away the wish
Okay.
to get her powers back, and then they just talk, and then they walk away.
Hold
That's
on.
the best bad part.
Hold on.
Yeah.
She
They
values
go-
her.
They go full Wonder Woman 1960s where they take away her powers.
Yes. Literally,
Oh,
Or just
the
my
underlying
Lord.
message of this movie is a woman cannot be strong and have love.
That is so.
Which is what happened with that's what happened with the 60s comics that everybody
That is-
hated.
Yes,
Oh my
that's
God,
exactly what happened.
Jeff, I
Oh.
cannot believe you worded it that way.
That's the point of the movie. That's what they're
Women
trying
don't
to tell
need
you.
to be strong as long as they have a man.
You
Am
don't
I
need to be
right,
strong. I mean, let's be real here. If fucking Chris Pine came walking
no.
out of the forest and was like, "Mark, I'm here for you now," I'm like, "Okay, baby, I'm coming with you. Whatever."
Mark,
Guys.
so when did you get superhero powers that you're just willing to give up for a man?
I was gonna say, have you seen the size of my dick? But I'm not the one with the big dick here.
Yes!
We're not doing that this episode.
It's when he accepted the Mormon faith.
You know what? It'd be kind of funny if you like, if I. It'd
I
be like,
became Mormon. They gave me superpowers day one.
it'd be like, okay, I've just thought about something. I wish for something to be like, you know what? I wish to become a really well-known musician. It's like, all right, I'm taking your hearing away. Well, joke's on you, motherfucker. Guess what? Beethoven, he was deaf. He wrote masterpieces, so joke's on you.
Yes, but he had a basic idea and had already started on that piece when he
Before
started
he went
losing his
deaf.
hearing.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but
I think the proper nightmare for Brandon would be I want to be a famous musician, and the fucking genie or whatever just hands him a copy of his first album, and it's just titled Uncle Charlie.
yeah.
I would
Wait,
kill myself.
So
It's
Jet,
on triple
Wait, guys,
platinum.
Jet, finish telling them how Steve dies. Because it gets better.
It gets fucking worse.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so they walk off, right? And then hold on, my memory of this is like going away, so you may have to help
This
me out.
movie just came
So-
out. This is not
so
boding well
literally-
for
It must
the
be that
memorability of
horrible
this
then.
movie.
It's this big emotional scene, and she's like, I can't leave you. And Chris is like, but the world needs you, Diana. And she's like, but I love you. I've wanted nothing else. So that's another point in the movie. Literally in 40 years, she hasn't been happy because she doesn't have a man. And so she goes, and then Steve goes, Diana, you have to let me go. The world needs you.
I'm really digging this kind of Chris Pine impression that you're doing.
Thank you.
You know what?
Because Chris
Jeff,
Pine really
I want-
does remind me of a young William Shatner. And
And
you're
so he
kind of
hides-
doing a mix of both.
And so he
Okay.
hides behind a column. And Diana turns, and she's walking, and she's limping because she doesn't have power, so that means she's hurt. And she goes, I renounce my wish. And then she starts running because now she has power again. And you
Also,
just
okay,
never
while
see
she's
them.
walking back, I guess the biker dude, the actor of the biker dude, he's like, Diana, Diana. Because it's not Chris Pine's voice.
Yeah, it's the other guy again. Oh,
You
I
know what?
almost forgot.
I gotta be honest, like I hate everything I'm hearing about this movie right now.
You know what,
almost
Jeff? I
forgot.
kind of want you to do a dub version of it, actually.
I absolutely will. It will be so bad, and I will have so much fun.
Sleepy Boys exclusive, right on our YouTube channel.
A big point they make of this is, in order to make a wish, you have to be touching the stone or holding Maxwell Lord's hand. And one of the best parts is, people aren't actually wishing for anything. Max Lord just walks up and shakes their hand and goes, I'll bet you wish I could get over there real quick, huh? And they go, yeah. And he goes, good. And that's their wish.
Does
but
he
then-
get like more power or like something
Yes,
from all these
here's
wishes?
how.
Okay.
Listen, at the end of the movie, he needs to be able to touch everyone. So it's literally just, he finds out that there's like the Star Wars satellites, and because the particles from the satellite touch people, if he's being filmed, then he's touching the people that the satellite particles are touching. And that's how he's
Maxwell
able,
Lord, but hashtag me too.
and that's how he's able to make grant all the wishes at once and touch everybody on the earth at once, because space particles.
You just hear, not like that. So real quick, Brandon, are you just you had mentioned that Chris Pine reminds you of a young William Shatner.
Yeah, a little
Do you
bit.
think that has anything to do with the fact that he's plays fucking Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movies?
You know, I do think that maybe some of that has rubbed off on him, and now he just can't get past that.
Oh no.
Like it's kind of become part of. Because I will say, he is not doing a Shatner thing when he's in Star Trek.
No.
He is very much his own Kirk.
No,
But-
yeah.
But, I mean, if we're going for like a parody version, that voice that Jeff did with a little hint of Shatner, a little peppering of Shatner in there, it really adds to the parody of Chris Pine.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so anyways, so let's move on from Wonder Woman because it's not getting any
Yeah.
better. And I
Okay.
believe, Jet, you wanted to bring up issues that you
basically-
had with Mark and I's assessment of the DCEU.
Okay, let me look at my notes again.
I swear
Maybe?
to God,
Or is
if-
it like counterpoints or...
Okay, so basically, I think Warner Brothers is done making it like a cinematic universe. I feel like they're just gonna be, each of them are gonna be their
Well, they
own
shouldn't have
standalone.
done that. Which they should not have tried to do a Marvel thing. Like, you know, they didn't have a solid plan going in
Well, aren't
on
they just
how to
gonna
do it. It
restart
was a
all?
mess.
I still say that they should have had like an extended cut with my idea to introduce Doomsday at the end of Man of Steel.
Well, there was an extended cut, like BVS, but it's still basically the same thing.
No, Man of
Oh
Steel.
no,
I'm
they
talking about
started
Man of Steel.
Oh, Man of Steel. Oh yeah.
To refresh everyone's memories, my idea was the way that they could have introduced the idea that Doomsday was coming, the proper Doomsday, not that fucking atrocity we got in Batman
You
vs.
mean
Superman.
Jesse Eisenberg's blood?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg's bastard fucked
You
up
know,
child.
there's several things that they could have done differently without doing something similar to what Marvel did, but doing it differently. Like Superman Batman and Superman obviously could have had their little fight. You know, BVS was like the perfect way to get people hyped up for an extension of the DC universe and what we had seen up to that point.
Right.
They could have done it where, hey, So, after the whole Doomsday situation, if they were still going to throw Doomsday in, so just, you know what? They didn't even have to do Doomsday.
They never should have.
All they would have had to have done.
It was too early.
It was far too early.
Way too early.
All they would have had to have done is Batman just sitting there watching all these Kryptonians come in and like, hey, so this is crazy. There are aliens out there. We've always kind of known that there was aliens out there, but there's like actual like supervillain aliens out there. Maybe I should get a team together of all of these other superhuman metahumans that I know of because I'm Batman and I
wear a bat
surveilling
costume
everywhere. So
My
I'm
superpower is
just
money.
gonna go ahead and throw together the Justice League. There didn't need to be this whole, and then maybe you have it like the Justice League is like sniffing out Superman. Like, is he good? Is he like these other Kryptonians?
Hold on. I would just love it for it to be that Batman comes up to Superman. He's like, "Hey, Superman,
Here we go.
I'm getting a team together. We're gonna fight off the Kryptonians." And Superman's just like, "You do know I'm Kryptonian." Wait, what? Get the fuck off my planet! And then just that's when Batman versus Superman.
So
starts.
basically,
but anyway,
Holmes Badman.
What?
So basically, the Pete Holmes Badman.
Yes. A
So,
is
but-
for Alfred.
But so
B is for
anyway-
bats.
But so anyways, they could have just set up the Justice League that way without there having to be, and even the Justice League being like, we got to figure out if this Superman is really someone we can trust.
Yeah, but when you think about it, when Man of Steel came out, they had no idea that they were going to start a cinematic universe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But at the same time, they knew that they were going to do sequels. And also, Iron Man had just come out like a little bit before that. Because Man of Steel, that was 2010?
2013.
2013. Okay. So Iron Man had already been out. Marvel had already started the wheel going with the hints of there being, big
The Avengers.
Yeah,
Well,
Avengers.
that's
and
the thing is
everything.
Marvel did it smart. They were just like,
They didn't
Let's
rush
do
everything.
yeah,
Right.
they were like, we're
Here's
gonna
the
do
thing,
nods to the other stuff. We're not gonna be like, oh yeah,
Exactly.
same
What
thing.
DC should have done. They should have gone at it like I'm trying to say that DC could have done things, but without doing it the Marvel way. Marvel
Yeah.
Studios, they worked out because they played the long game. I understand that DC needs to make up ground. There's just other ways that they could have done it without like
Well, and ironically, DC actually did one of the things that
masturbating
Marvel
things
series
into existence.
failed on. True.
what
One of the things that DC actually did, one of the things that I think actually Marvel really failed on, the entire reason Batman v Superman, the entire reason Batman is anti-Superman is because he's like, you were throwing people through buildings. Did you think no one was hurt from that? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
At the
like,
same
they
time,
like a really good point there, and it was like,
but
hey,
at the same,
that's
at the
actually
same time, though, because I know what you're talking about with the Avengers, there's a lot of destruction happening. The destruction happening wasn't coming from the heroes.
yes
The
and no.
one
I
time
mean,
where destruction
the
was
Hulk
coming
was
from the
literally
heroes.
jumping through buildings.
He was jumping on the outside of buildings, which understandable. That also does damage to buildings and can hurt people if they're dumb enough to stand close to the windows. But at that point, isn't that just kind of natural selection to begin with?
No,
Well,
as
Okay,
Pete
but
Holmes
people
Batman would say,
walking below.
he's not dead. He's just asleep.
So, but anyways, Marvel did a good job addressing it in Civil War.
They
Well,
did,
that's
absolutely.
Not
Same
Civil
here
War.
as Batman
Not
versus
Civil War. Age of Ultron. Sorry, it wasn't Civil War. It was Age of Ultron, in which then they addressed like, hey, there were a lot of people whose lives were lost when Hulk
Wasn't
just
that-
ate shit.
But wasn't that after Batman v Superman?
Okay, so I was basically saying how like Civil War and Batman vs Superman came out, basically like two movies where two superheroes fight each other, and
Right.
basically if you view it, Civil War did it way better because they had the counterpoints to it, and like
There's like a proper argument
yeah.
where you saw both sides. And they tried to go at it with Batman versus Superman. And I'm like, I don't completely disagree with where Batman is coming from with this whole, like, this dude's too powerful. At the same time, though, Batman is actively going around with two, like, 50 cal machine guns on top of the Batmobile, just going apeshit.
Right?
I mean, there's no argument here. Batman is probably the most destructive force in Gotham City.
Absolutely. And
Why not?
subsequently any other city that he visits.
Right. Man, when Batman goes on vacation, it's a bad time for Hawaii.
What are you talking about? He just bought fucking Hawaii. He doesn't need to worry about it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he doesn't destroy it.
True.
It's
He
like,
just
cool,
throws
I
more
own
money
this
at it.
place now. I'm just gonna test. I have Lucius working on new gadgets for me. I'm gonna test them out on the hillside.
All right,
Batman,
Jen, what-
Bruce, but that's a volcano. You can't do that. I bought the island. I can do whatever I want.
It's the Iron Man do it. If he can do it, so can I.
God damn it.
Continue